music freak and poet. So we're doing a reading here, not at a library, not at a bookstore, but at a bar. So you might be, rhyming, and someone might call out a food order. You might get smoke blowing in your face. It's all right. You can deal with it. So please welcome S.B. Stokes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Woo. Woo.
Well, thank you very much. Let's see here. Get myself situated. And I just wanted to mention, I have very few of these little chapbooks that I made. They contain 5 of my poems. It's 5 poems for $5. If you'd like to get one, please talk to me afterward. I only have a few copies, so.
Swag.
And that's it. I'm done with my marketing part of the show. All right. I guess I'll just get started. This one is called You All the Time, My Mind is on You. Wash the spine out of your dirty sex mind like a rusty stunt, bent toward winter on a hunch, cross-mapped coordinates clapped like the wings of tin moths, nighttime porch lost, a raft adrift, cutbacks make cutthroats of us all, cleaning what's left from the bristles of its crawl, one hand a crook, the other all flaws, irregulars gone wild in the winds of another misadventure, creeping toupees scrabbled down ways, disappearing, reappearing in the mouths of the mewling young, outgunned and downcast, but not undone. This one is called Alice. She had a thing for holes. Didn't matter where she found them, pushing her whole body or falling backward, embracing the darkness down or up didn't matter, penetrating the surface, drinking herself in. Fur turned her on. She found herself chasing, running, and yelling after bellies of rabbits, hands in the air. She was inquisitive, assertive, the kind who makes history, made a mess of this topsy, men and animals left wanting, her neck bent, her head lovely. Caught in a world, her clothes always snagging, grabbed at by thorns, the fingers of bushes tearing at her body or pulling her hair. Tearful and ecstatic, she found herself arguing with strangers far too often after drinking or smoking. For a brief time there were a large weepy vista guy with some hats, a stark-reaching husband, an ineffectual queen. Still, such a hard time making sense of it all.
Oh.
This one is based on a Throbbing Gristle song. It's called T.G. Gets Me Thinking. Across time, Protogenesis screams. He screams in horror. He screams in disgust, in warning. Across time, that terrified man, eternally youthful, as long as this recording exists. That record of a sliver that was once called magic. We listen now, sitting or standing, sometimes driving a car or a truck, or even a bus full of tired musicians or children or elderly gamblers, occasionally even alone. The cassette deck or the CD player or the MP3 player or possibly even the radio, analog or digital, that is the channel. The trees continue their quiet communication in the hills around us, through the air we call dirt or earth. It's not for us to say, at least not yet. Give us time, though. We have consistently gotten there eventually. Tiny ant-like population, untying our own root ball, undoing what it has taken the globe hundreds of centuries to create, and all for ourselves. But for now, on the sunny afternoon in this sunny room, windows open to comfortable vent sizes, man-made carpet beneath my soles and toes, sunlight modulated by machine-painted and produced aluminum blinds, monitors going full blast, music from the plastic composite and paper and circuitry of the desktop computer speakers. Across time, protogenesis screams. He screams out from the first jagged ridge of the 1980s. He screams a warning and a reminder. Subhuman. Subhuman. Thank you. This one's called On a Street in Oakland. So beautiful. Tiny, entropy, the movement constant yet intermittent, indicating measurable rhythm, yet wholly non-human. A resonance, I guess, an echo, a bounce back. No delay, immediate. Raindrops on the faces of leaves, windshields, neglected pets. Tiny backyards paved to perfection. Trees dead, cut down and mulched into a moldering pile in the corner. Tiny entropy. A stream simply happening, taking form and motion on the blacktop, hiding another day. Finally rain, but rain. The gray clouds push against the gray sky, empty of reflection. Diffused radiance seeming cold from this distance, here on the ground. Dry inside, without a working shower. Tiny entropy, evidence of it. So beautiful at times when you cannot smell it. With the eyes, over and over, cracks and fissures, peeling, nature continuing, with or without us. Not static, ecstatic. Generative, or at least indicative of vectored motion, built out of ideas, fused to wires, strung between tapering wooden poles, sunken into concrete and cement, next to the paved street, streaming with rain, a silver ribbon taking the shape of unseen notation. So beautiful. All right, I think I'm going to take a chance and read a really long one. You guys down for that?
Yeah. You!
Okay. Try and keep it interesting. It's called Kirby Cove. And I'll say this, if you've never been there, look it up. It's fucking amazing. Just on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge on the right hand of us. Just beautiful. Kirby Cove. To the tune of guitars, mandolins, bagpipes, cheap coke, and hairspray, freighters crest the punk-washed waves. The sun shines out, unaware and uncaring. Our tiny animal foibles, behemoth subaudible military choppers chop the air. The air, no offense, much better on its own. Sans commentary or guitar-fueled breaks. The promise of returning surf, silent acceptance by rock and sand. Again and again we return, and it returns to greet anew the day, again the sun, and more importantly the moon. And here, right here I am, phone calls and photographs be damned, to live, to breathe, and be free. This is the gift we share, the covenant we acquiesce to, life's contract. Be here now, and then be gone. Good work done, and done again. To acknowledge human order, to revere and accept, to create, not destroy, despite what might have come before, or will come again after. Be damned, or choose not to. This is our secret treasure, kept right here, within earshot of the bored gods. Spread out like bleached wood, our foibles, our suspicions, our struggles, our gallant moments in sunlight or in shade. We persevere, and we look damn good doing it. Oh, the momentary glory, the ecstasy of our reciting invincibility to one another, like a religion or a science. We accept it and trust it, and therefore it is true, if only for a moment. The laughter subsides, and what does it leave us? The exhalation of waves on shores unnamed. Things we hold so close, so near, clenched with inescapable fear that this might suddenly end. Lights out, curtain down, a dejected sigh, a knowing frown. This great place, this great land, oh, the metal in my days and in my hands. There was a time when I would worry, I would fret, and wonder what each gesture meant. But now so much more I know of the secret songs of this beloved coast. To think that somehow we can digest all this, parse everything that befalls. Such a joke it is to laugh in the shade of the cove, far from the mast. It is no joke, but more to laugh, not to cry, nor cower back. Oof, ooh, sunning and living and loving just so. It is our way, and it is all that we know amid handclaps and footfalls, among cliff faces and their sheer falls. We shine so solitary and bright among the world and its fashions. The thrill of standing so tall against inhuman scale, its momentary humor, our highlights, our travails. So much meat to manipulate against surf and sail, from the privilege of the cove. Friendship against the rocks, winds, and darkness. Huddle, you beloved masses, huddle. The schooners, schooning, the bay accepting, lucky our lives absorbing. The glory, yes, the glory. I said it, the glory of living today like a grown-up with a robot with its hand up. Oh, the exertion of simply being human. Constructs of strobe lights and none such. We claw, we dance, we construct the armature of the ridiculous. We strive, we fall, we climb imagined walls. What excellent detritus. And now, the chill descends, the shade, the cove knows only as friend. I sit alone and construct these lines, wishing for lost loves amid shade, sand, brine, sunken mermaids, swim to the forefront of my mind. I love the threat they present. For me, ironically, it's all in words. I share the secrets that the tide keeps in surf and loam. I look at technology and I look away, and that's how I know I'm human. I'm not completely lost, not completely without my animal. All we can hope for, perhaps a pumpkin at sunset, and not being pathetic with people that love us. Yes, it's a lot, good weather and foul, beacon of human remembrance. It's all we can ask for, and we should. And Motorhead prevails on the Golden Gate coast, away from the campground, away from our secret cove.
Oh.
I'll do one or two more, okay? And then I'm out of here. Let's see what I got left. Here we go. This one's called Mexico. Got drunk in a bar, swore at my guitar, aping karaoke, danced like a marioneta, hat upended on the ground, swore in a voice drowning in loathing, held at attention in clotting night air, swore songs at her picture in the tiny town square, sang songs against her in the park. The fountain wet itself in the dark, and nightbirds drowned it out. Gushing and dancing, the fountain and I, tears in both of our eyes. Not just swearing, but crying like a lonely coyote, leg chewed to the bone, eyes rolling, tongue lolling. Guitar fingered and throttled, smashing my very last bottle, I swear. Peppered corn and toy pesos, business as usual. Shouldering through the crowd, La Policia quickly turned my volume down. This poor little town, now a cut-rate donkey-dong disco, wet t-shirt body shot show with Tabasco, 5 for $1. Just say yes and don't say no. No? This is my last one. This one's called Tutu Tuesday. Man in a rumpled blue coat, cut straw hair and crazy eyes, paces a sidewalk, storefront, worn blanket display. Stolen wares at a distance, police metal barricade, a pointless backdrop, hanging undone like a zipper. following the black fence, the cracked concrete sloping away from the nightclub. The papered front door and wan spotlight, wrought iron gate over acid-scribed glass, that unwavering stench of piss. The air dense with exhaled breath. Street lamp out on the corner erases most things invisible. Intersection oozing darkness, stained street shadow frightening, almost supernatural. Coagulating vortex echoes. Forced half-light, a voice fading, drifting junkies and crackheads like field mice mutter away from the corner, away from the dark. In the tiny light, through the gaps between flyers, clots of human arms gesture, bartenders tiny against brick. Glutted crush of people, sandwiched and thirsty, desperate, laughing in tandem. Music thudding murmurs through the glass.